Okay. Do. All right. Okay. So, let's turn this up a little bit more. Yeah. Now I'm like loud in your ear. Okay, so we learned a lot today. We practiced some strumming patterns. So like, where's my pick? I don't, I don't know where my pick is. Okay, it's nowhere around here. So let's just take another one from the magical pick bag. Magic. The magical pick bag. The picks disappear and then they reappear in the pick bag. Um, yeah. So we learned a couple of we learned a strumming pattern, right? So essentially, the one we've been practicing today was down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Is that it? Down, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah. Down, yeah, down, down, up. But like I've been doing it down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. Yeah, so I messed it up. I'm messing it up again. Let me loosen up. That's kind of it. I don't know if I'm doing it completely right. I need a lot more practice with the rhythm stuff, but I'm sort of starting to get that right. Um, uh, and it's like bum bum dun dun. Wait, bum bum. I don't even know what it sounds like. It's like bum. It's like dun 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 dun. I think that's what it sounds like. Dun 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 dun. I feel like that's what it sounds like to me. Down down up down up bound down up down up bound down up down down up down up down up down up down up. I think that's kind of what it sounds like to me. Let me see. close. I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I want to, once I get the hang of that, I want to practice like changing chords. And I realized that this is really important because I was wondering, how am I going to get my guitar playing in time if I wanted to use other instruments, right? So like if I wanted to like code out the drums, for instance, or if I wanted to add in a synth or something. I was like, how am I gonna make sure that the guitar's in time? And I think if I have like a rhythm track to follow, like with the chords, bum 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 bum. I think practicing that could be something that I could use to build the songs I'm doing, right? So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good sound way to do it. Um, but that's one idea I have for how I can write songs completely on the guitar. Um, and then I was practicing my shape, the D major scale everywhere, and I saw this really interesting video. Um, and essentially, what I started to realize is that, like, okay, so I've been talking a lot about like doing 3 over and 2 down. I'm like, oh, that's just magic. But it's not magic. It's just math, right? So it's like what you're doing is each of these strings are a perfect fourth away from each other, and a perfect fourth is 5 semitones. So what's happening is when I go over 2, that's 2 notes right there, and I go down a perfect fourth, which is 5, and I go down another perfect fourth, which is another 5. That's 12 semitones. There's 12 semitones in an octave. That's why these are the same. And I was just like, and just like thinking about the guitar more like that rather than like a bunch of like shapes. And maybe I will memorize the shapes the same way you memorize your multiplication table. But I think knowing fundamentally like those things will like free up my brain for what I have to memorize and what I can just rederive when I look at the guitar, right? Like I don't have to remember 3/2 anymore. I just know, okay, I just have to move down an octave, and that's how you would move down an octave. But I think you could also think about it like you have 5, right? So if I move down like 7 notes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I move down 1. Are these the same notes? Are these the same? Let's think about that for a second. So this is a G. This is an A. Yeah, this is a G. Yeah. So yeah, I just have to figure out any way to move 12 semitones. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So then maybe I can also find an octave by just going 5. And so that's 5, and then I move 7 down here. 5. Sorry. 2. Yeah, I need to move down. Why can't I do this for some reason? 12. I need to move down 7. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 7. I guess I just did the same thing. Move down 1, 7. But like I think that's like something interesting, right? Or if I want to go up a perfect third, it's just, or if I want to just go up a fifth, it's just a fourth. That's it. It's just one string, one string, one string, one string. And then once you remember that, I feel like I've learned a couple more rules that are helping me to like think about these shapes in a better, more intuitive way that like doesn't get me stuck in a box. And so I'm wondering whether like learning all the cage shapes was a mistake. I don't know if it was. But this new way that I'm learning to think about the fretboard, I saw a YouTube video from some guy like Hendrix Reincarnated. Really good video. I only finished like the first 20 minutes of it, but at first it was like a lot of basic stuff. But thinking about the fretboard and the way that he describes is very interesting. And then once you notice that, you can look at the pattern and you can start to see like certain patterns, like like there's just a couple rules that the pattern follows. Like your fourth, right? So you just pick a root note, right? So let's say right now we've been saying we wanted to do D, right? So let's say C, this is D, right? So this is my 1, right? I know my 7's right here. I know what's a perfect, what's a fifth, what's a fourth above my 1. Well, you just subtract 1 4 from this, and it wraps around. So you go down to you go down by 1. That gives you 7. Then you go down by 3. That's your 4. So my 4 note is right here, right? So I have 1 7 4. Wait, that's not right. Right? Is that right? Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. 1 goes to 4. And then 4, you can't go anywhere with 4 because you subtract 4 by 0, you get nothing. I mean, I don't know if that's really the pattern, but that's what I noticed. That 4, and then you have to step over 1, right? So there's nothing. I can't go down this string here. I don't know if you can even see it. Like, and it's kind of hard, but take my word for it. Like this, I'm looking at this string here. I'm kind of recognizing these patterns now. And I know I can go down here, and I know the only one that I'm not allowed to go down is the 4 note, right? But all these notes, they're okay, right? Yeah. And the 4 makes sense that's right next to the 3 because the 4, like if you think about it on the piano, there's no sharp between the 4 and the third and the fourth note, right? You go C, D, E, and then you get F, right? There's no sharp between E and F, so the fourth and the third are going to be right next to each other. So this is third and fourth, and then you know that for your C, there's nothing between your 1 and your 7, right? Like B to C, right? There's no sharps there. So this will always give me like a kind of a safe place to work with, but it's also kind of dangerous because I know that the 4 is kind of like a dangerous, like it's a void note normally in your scale. So this note you normally would want to avoid, but and I'm playing around because this 4 and this 7 here, that could give you a tritone, right? So if we're in D, for instance. And that, like, I think all those things that I'm learning, I'm starting to put together, and I'm starting to become much more comfortable with like navigating through the fretboard, and it's just all starting to sort of click in my head. Like I think learning the cage system might have been a slight mistake, and I really should have learned the like this numbering system that I saw that lays out the essentially lays out the major scale but using a numbering system rather than a note system, and then you just remember where like what the pattern is for when you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? Like when you're at 4, right, the note, and then you just keep track of what number you're at, and you can navigate around there, right? So like if I'm at 4, I know that like to my left is 3, and then if I jump 2 notes, I get to my 5, right? Um, if I'm at my 1, I know that my 7's right to my left, and if I jump 2 notes to my right, I can get to my 2, right? Like these things, and just keeping track when I'm soloing, like whether I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I know where I can resolve things, right? So I can resolve things on like on the 6, and I can resolve it on the 1, right? Um, Assuming that I'm playing in like the Ionian, the first. I don't even. I hate the names of the modes, man. Ionian, that thing. It's Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian or something like that. It's such stupid fancy names. They should just call them like Mode 1, Mode 2, Mode 3, Mode 4, Mode 5, Mode 6, Mode 7, right? Giving them fancy names is like such a like mathematically pretentious way to do things, right? It's like instead of calling it the Frobenius, I don't remember the name, like the Frobenius norm or something, just call it, the L2 norm or something normal like that. Um, I think I'm mixing up the Frobenius, for whatever. I'm getting tired, but that's kind of where we're at today. And I'm feeling pretty happy, like, with where my understanding of the guitar is. I still think there's a lot more to learn. I don't know what the hell alternate picking is. I suspect it's like kind of like doing down up strums, but when you're playing just a single note. And I still don't know how to do bends properly. Like I think I should learn how to do some bends. But I'm starting to like understand like where the notes are on the guitar now, like, and how they're laid out. Um yeah. And it's starting to make it all click, right? Like thinking, and I think it's good to think about the notes as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and thinking about the individual spacings of those notes in the major scale, because I think they'll be useful when I'm thinking about all types of music stuff, right? And I really only have to remember that between um 3 and 4, no space, right? Like it's a half step, and between 1 and 7, it's a half step. Um, if I can just remember that, everything else is a whole step, with the exception of if you're trying to go from 7 to 1, or if you're trying to go from 3 to 4, with those exceptions. So then I know like I can just kind of do whatever I want as long as I'm not um yeah. And also another rule I figured out is you can jump to a fourth anytime you like, as long as you're not on the fourth note, right? Like if you're on the fourth note, you can't jump down to a fourth. It's not going to be a perfect fourth. It'll be something else. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like a major third, because it's going to be to the left, right? Yeah. If you're on the fourth and you try to go down a fourth, you don't go down a fourth. You go down. I don't know. I'm starting to figure it out. It's starting to make sense up here, but I'm rambling at this point, and I don't know if any of that made sense to you. But if you've been following along with my journey, I hope that like is useful to you. I might start like making, putting stuff in my descriptions of these videos of like stuff I learned, just so I can keep track of them. Really. But if you're watching along, you're seeing how I'm progressing. Hey, welcome. Um, yeah, that's it. Goodbye, folks. I'm turning this camera off now. You have had enough.